Shalom, Shalom, Leah, Auntie Earth. Hey, she already got the sheep in the chat. She already got the sheep. Hey, what up, Flock? Throw them sheep in the chat, y'all. Or say bye. Something. Shalom, Shalom, Shalom. Hold on, I was about to do something. How do I comment on my own thing? Or can I comment on my own thing? Nah, I'm good. Shalom, Auntie Avia. Auntie V. If y'all don't know Auntie V, Auntie Earth, they my YouTube Israelite aunties, y'all. And Sister Leia, she my YouTube, I've known her for like 5 years. She's my emo, my Israelite emo. Shalom Natuya. Hey, if y'all don't know, right there Natuya 54440. She sells like health products. She has Shopify. If you want to share your link, you can do that. She sells parasite cleansers, herbal stuff for men, women. What's that word? Gender neutral. What's that word? Unisex. Yeah, that word. Shalom. Let me set this up. So we just got done. Found this random sanding thing a while ago. So I just got done sanding some of the shofars. Try to make them look more crisp. And right now, about to get in some more, picking through this wool bag, get more debris out. And Isha over there is about to do some washing. If you wanna wash and show them the process too, you can do that. So yeah, y'all, how many we got in here? We got a couple in here. I noticed most people don't come in. Yeah, you already know, y'all too sabe. I noticed I'm trying to find a way to drop the link myself in on this video from this phone, but I might have to do it on my second phone. Hold up. But yeah, too, you can drop your link if you want. I noticed most people don't come in until after the live, so I'm not gonna take that long to get started this time. Usually take like 20 minutes to get started on the topic. But today's really, hold on, I was gonna share a link too, cause I got some sheep. What's their names? Flocka and Bob, the sheep. Yeah, Bob, the sheep, part of the WooL Talk family, part of the flock that we need somebody to adopt them, you know. So I'm putting the link. I'm putting the link to them in there too. I was trying to pin it. Let me see. I gotta do it on a different channel, I think. I don't want this sound to be crazy. Well, yeah, what we're gonna get into today, basically speaking on trials in general, trials, refinement, what's the word I'm looking for? Perseverance in general, tests, overcoming obstacles, stuff of that nature. Adaptation. We're gonna also go into not only that in general, but also if it comes to when it comes to living abroad, since we have the experience, we're not just talking out our derriere. I'm trying to be more family friendly. We got experience, but I can't pin it though. Hold up. There might be some sound interference if I try to do this. Hold up. I might have to do it after though. I was gonna try to pin it on what's it called? Yeah, I might do it after. It's whatever. Oh, okay. I got it. That's just for anybody who wants to support the shop. Because what I'll tell you, just a tidbit. If you are gonna move abroad, what I would suggest, which I didn't do, because my reason for leaving the U.S. was the Most High. It wasn't just like I just said, "Oh, I'm gonna just leave." Even though I did have plans, like I did plan on leaving later than I did. I wanted to be more established, but what I would suggest if you do leave, have something set up. Have either some money saved up, a 401k type thing, something, some kind of side business, something you can do remotely online to make, constant income, or some kind of investments that that you can dividends, anything like that'll pay your. I didn't do none of that. I took a leap of faith. I didn't have that much when I left, and yeah, the reason I left, for those that don't know, is, what was it, December 17th, 2023. So basically, I woke up from a dream. So the dream I had, I was living in Daytona at the time, and I was floating over this place. It's a real place. I think I don't know if I knew before or after the fact. I can't remember. But I looked up on the map. It was this place called Passage of Eden in South Daytona. Look it up. It's on Google Maps. You can look it up. I was floating over this place called Passage of Eden. And there's these Hebrew words, Paleo Hebrew words on the ground. Well, no, actually, no. The word kalal. So it was a Paleo Hebrew word, Kalwal. And when I looked it up, it could mean a few things. One of them could mean polished brass. I believe in Daniel 10:6. I believe it was used in that same word. But so yeah, I'm floating over and I see this word, and then I get these Hebrew, like the modern Hebrew, the Masoretic letters, and it was the one that makes the s sound, the aleph, and the dalet, the nun, aleph, um, yeah, and then the next word was the sud again, aleph, and what was it? I think that, yeah, just the aleph, I think. So I have to go back and look. I'm pretty sure that's what it was. It was sud na sa. I'm pretty sure that's what it was. So then I wake up from that dream, and at this time, this was 2023. I wasn't even studying Hebrew or nothing. So I was like, I woke up and I was like, what was it? What was that? So I go into Google, Hebrew to English translations, and I put in these letters, and I put them in different order also to make sure I had it right. So when I put it in, it happened to say my name, and I put a video on here a couple years ago after the fact, just to show what I typed in. It said Chad was my first name. Chad, please leave. So that was a dream message, and I have no doubts from the Most High, especially taking into account all my other experiences with the Most High in 2016, December 19th, 2016, when He saved my life in the crash, in 2019, July 7th, and another experience I had November 26th, 2022. So a bunch of other things too, a bunch of coincidences, synchronicity, signs. So, and I flipped it around. I flipped the word around to make sure I had it right. And no matter how way I put it, it said, "Please leave." It at the end of the day, every time I put it, it was a different. It was basically the same message, just different wording. So then I was like, but I also don't want to lean on my own understanding. And just like one time when I was praying to the Most High, I was like, I just want the truth. So basically, when that 2022 thing, I was like, I just want the truth. Don't let me deceive myself. So after typing that in and seeing the message, I prayed for signs of where to go if it's not just a coincidence, if it's not because not all dreams mean anything, not all have significance, some are random. So I was like, if I'm supposed to leave the U.S., then give me a sign. Within 24 hours, I got three signs, all to Morocco, somewhere I never even really. I didn't even really know nothing about Morocco. I would have never thought to go to Morocco. I was thinking like, cause I've been wanting to build a tour community for like a couple years. When I got established, I was never thinking. I didn't think nothing about no Morocco. I was thinking maybe Ghana, Uganda, Chad. I don't know. Not, I didn't really know where, but that damn sure not Morocco. And then I look up. I started looking it up before I leave, and I just seen it was the first African country to recognize United States. It's one of the best places to be if there's a natural disaster. Of all the places on earth, coincidentally, Morocco, the most phosphate rock reserves in the world. Coincidentally, right? So if Morocco gets wiped off the earth, you need phosphate to grow crops. No, there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. You need phosphate. So if you know, I got signs to go to the place, which I learned like later after I actually came, maybe like a year or 6 months at least. 70% of the Earth's phosphate rock reserves, right where I'm at. So it would be one of the best places to actually get some land and start growing stuff. On top of that, I found out one of the few places in Africa that actually had bears, like in the scriptures, that says they had a bear and that came out and with Elijah and ate them badass kids, them baby kids, um, and that had lions and dens. One of the few places in Africa. So that was just interesting stuff. But yeah, that's why I came. So I'm not gonna tell anybody to leave. Like I'll just go ahead and leave. Even though I think people should, because if you're gonna be, people say Babylon's everywhere. Everywhere's gonna get judgment. Which if that's the case, my mindset is okay. Everywhere on earth's gonna get judged. But why would you? If that's and if the Most High is gonna gather us all in the same spot anyway, and we're all everywhere is exile, right? Why not choose your exile? Like you don't have to be stuck in a particular exile. You can go to one where your money goes further, right? Why would you want to stay with like America is just so corrupt, bro. America's so corrupt. The media, how they treat so-called Black Americans, how they treat a lot of people really, but Israelites, how they the system itself is just crazy. The inflation, the police brutality, murder. Y'all worry about getting shot going to, a baby got shot not too long ago, bro. You don't got to worry about stuff like that over here. There's no guns. There's no guns. So what I'm saying, I'm not telling you where to go, but what I say is you can pray to the Most High for direction on where to go or if you are meant to go somewhere. Logically, what I say is take your money somewhere that's safer than the U.S. and that will go further. Um, you can make $10 a week last on groceries depending how you shop really. B&B's over here, a lot of B&B's over here, like you can find some depending on location 300, 400, 500, 600 a month. Um, Depending on location, depending on where the host, you can get some good spots. 800 a month, whatever. Meanwhile, in the U.S., people paying 1,500, 2,000 for the same stuff, basically. And the family morals. Now, I'm not saying every single place is the same, but my thing is like, why wouldn't you want to be closer to home? You read Isaiah 11, it names all these places like Pathros, Cush, the seven streams that people gonna walk over. Why would why not just come closer? Yeah, I feel you to you. I'd say dip. If you got the money, I'd say dip. But ultimately, don't listen to me. Listen to the Most High. Pray. Ask for direction where to go, and what to do. Who's this? Upstate NYADK. Let's talk about your criminal history. Who's this now? Hey, it's always somebody. What you doing? Oh. Hey, who's that? Upstate, Upstate NYADK. I don't even know who this is, but hey, go ahead. Look at my criminal history, bro. Go ahead. You want to bear false witness? Let's go. Man, that's craziness. Hey, yeah, I'm telling you, bro. I'm telling you, I've had so many people that hate me for no reason. Like I was saying in that comment earlier. No, like I literally do nothing to nobody. Literally, like my criminal history, I really don't have none. All the stuff I did back when I was a teen or early 20s got expunged, and I'll just put it out there. I got caught when I was a teenager breaking into a store. Okay. One time when I was a teenager, I threw a brick at a cop car while he was driving it. Okay, I was dumb. I was stupid. What else? And that was before I went to Bethune Cookman. They expunged my stuff. So that was off my thing. I had literally just turned 18. Then one time, oh yeah, a week after turning 18, I was at a fair with my boy DJ, and he had a 386 hat on, which was the area code we stayed in. We was at a fair in Port Orange, and Port Orange versus Daytona. Port Orange is more like Caucasian, so we were the usual suspects, right? We're about to ride back home on bikes. So these cops, female white cop and two male cops, pull us over without reason, without reasonable cause. We didn't do anything, but I did have a 6-inch blade in my pocket. I ain't had no plans to do nothing with it. I didn't do nothing with it. I ain't never murdered nobody. So, but all they didn't even arrest me. That's the thing. That's the funny thing. The female cop frisked me, like touched me all over my junk. Like it was very violating. Really, I just turned 18, and they didn't even arrest me. They just took it, and I think they know it was an illegal search because they didn't even book me. They didn't did nothing. And so this whole time, I'm thinking my whole record's expunged because if you look it up, I have no charges. But when I tried to get my digital fingerprints from Morocco, because you have to, if you want to get residency, they require digital fingerprints from the FBI. So when you do that, I guess it finds things that you don't really see on a simple search. It said I had a concealed weapon and a 6-inch blade when I was 18. I just turned 18. They called it a concealed weapon. Now they see that I have to basically do something, pay $700 or something to get that off. But they say concealed weapon. They don't even say what it was. You can think it was a gun, but I mean, since I've been what?
She was being a creep groping you.
Yeah, I'm saying, bro. And you think I'm handsome now? 18-year-old Chad? Oh man, Bismillah. I'm just saying. Yeah, that was she. Man, I don't know. But whatever, dudes. I don't know if you're still in here. Upstate NYADK. Uh, I don't know who you are, sir. I've never seen you on my channel. Actually, you one of them. I don't know. You must be projecting or something. But yeah, no idea. Yeah, let me see. Yeah, well, I'm saying, man. But yeah, it's like it's crazy. Like I had now I just random people on YouTube like the Mamser guy. Souls or Mamser. Don't listen to him. Y'all can't see the thing I do when I mock people that say stuff about me. But yeah. Not only that, the dude that used to stalk me on Facebook and IG. I did nothing to him really. I was talking about trading on Facebook. This dude came out of nowhere, and he was like into some demonic tarot card type stuff. And he got Baker acted one time for he mixed acid and shrooms, I think, and he went crazy at his ex's house breaking stuff and got Baker acted. So he starts messing with me on Facebook and IG, saying he's cursing me. He works with 11 angels and demons. He wants to drink my blood. He was making death threats against my family and me. I didn't do nothing to dude. I just, I just live. You know what I'm saying? It's like once I got the closer I got to the Most High and keeping Torah, it's like the crazier individuals came, like they, from dude, which I'm pretty sure he got possessed. He got into something with his family. They know who I am. Uh, I assume that they was in this dude, a legion of demons, because this dude here, I got the screenshots too. He's talking about drinking my blood, sacrificing me. Like, bro, who the fuck, like, who goes through this type of stuff, bro? It's like crazy. not to mention stuff with my brother too, my older brother. Like the similar things, similar stuff. I'm not gonna get into that, but yeah, I just have, I just have random people that don't like me for whatever reason. Mm, yeah, but yeah, y'all. Let's get back to this. All right, Wool talk. Where you at? Uh, upstate NYADK. IDK. Who you are? Yeah, yeah. You speak up. You speak up against unrighteousness. They gon' All right, so let's get on. Let's actually get on topic because I just went on. He threw everything off, but yeah,
That's what they do.
exactly what they trying to
Distractions.
do.
Distractions.
The topic is and all the topics I've done so far is uplifting people's minds, spirits, souls. You know, the topic is perseverance, basically. Uh, trials, tests, refinement, and that's one of my trials and tests. The stuff that people have come against me with for no reason, really, but end of the day, oh yeah, back to that dude, that demonic dude. Another thing, he talked shit about my dead little brother, saying he's burning in hell in oil or some shit like that. And months after he said that, his little brother died on my older brother's birthday. And I prayed before this. I prayed for the Most High to protect me from my enemies and judge my, if they're not gonna repent and y'all gonna come after me and my family, Most High take the wheel, cause I don't want blood on my hands unless I really have to do something. I don't want to mess my vow up with a dead body next to me and stuff, but I'll do what I have to do. I mean, Samson went to war, right? He killed 1,000 right now, with a donkey jawbone. So Most High, that's all. Yeah, that's all Yahweh. What he mocked me for happened to him, and I didn't even. He messaged me and showed me the obituary, and I could have stooped down to his level, or I said my condolences. I could have made fun of him, but that shows someone that serves the Most High versus a wicked ass demonic tarot card playing, trying to curse his servant type shit. That's the difference. So Anyway, can you see me on that? So yeah. Well, they got me off. They got me off topic.
Distractions, I'm telling you.
I'm saying it every time, bro. Woo talk. Hello, my fellow veganists. The only body he's catching is his wives, whatever that means. Allah Akbar. Welcome to Wool Talk, Allah Akbar. Whatever your name is. Alhamdulillah. Sir. Okay, so yeah. That's another troll, I assume. But yeah.
Hi everyone. He's
Oh, yeah.
stealing all the screen time, so I thought I'd just say hello.
I gotta address, man. I gotta address things. So yeah. So yeah. When it comes to trials, especially being a Yah only, serving the Most High only, because people think that the test is when you become a Christian and you serve JC, but it really ain't, because the biggest religion in the world is Christianity. Even Islam believes in JC to an extent. And then I got things to read. And then even when you get out of Christianity with the Hebrew Israelite camps, what?
Go on.
Oh, she distracted. With the Hebrew Israelite camps, they just changed JC's color and give him a different name, and they're still committing 2 Kings 17, where they fear Yahweh, but they served an idol at the same time. So we're really in the minority. We're really in the minority. As you seen what Brother Bez went through with that one live, they Israelites that believe in JC, they'll treat a Gentile idol worshiper better than their own that serve the Most High only. How crazy is that? So we're gonna go through trials, you know. Um, there's no exception, there's no exemption, because you know what I say. Gold is tried in the furnace of affliction, acceptable man. Or gold is tried in the fire, an acceptable man in the furnace of affliction. Daniel literally, well, the three boys that wouldn't bow down to Nebuchadnezzar's statue, they literally got put through the furnace physically. So they got tested spiritually in the furnace and physically. Because if they spiritually was not gold in that moment, they physically would have burned. But they was on fire for the Most High. They weren't compromising for nothing. They were like the Maccabees. They were willing to die to not break his commandments. So a lot of times you will get tested just to see, just to be proven, because a lot of people can, you know, talk. But you gotta show that you can walk what you're talking, because the remnant's gonna be purified in the fire. The only way to know who's really who, they have to have their own little wilderness period. They have to have their own Daniel in the lion's den, who didn't fold, who didn't fear, because he trusted the Most High moment. Joseph even. Joseph imprisoned, enslaved, lied on. But all for the, you know, at the end of the day, he kept, and he didn't do nothing wrong, but he still went through a trial. But he stood his ground, and he ended up ruling. And most people in that situation, in any of those situations, would have folded. But there's a couple. Put these to the side. There's a couple verses I want to bring up. You got called beautiful. Shalom, SRD. Shalom, Ariane. It's 4:31. Yeah, y'all like and leave a sheep in the chat. Shalom, sleep. So yeah, some verses I want to go through. Proverbs 3:4-5. It's just to get the gist of the mentality you gotta have. You have to know ahead of time you're gonna go through trials. So you gotta, if you're in a good period where you're just seeing blessings, you gotta use that time to not get comfortable. You gotta use that time to really, take advantage. Stay on your toes. Keep building your mind. Keep building your body. Keep building your spirit. Because you get too comfortable, you're just sitting back, and then everything hits the fan, and you're not ready. you're gonna have to on the fly. You're gonna on the fly, and oh man, on the fly, you're gonna have to,
Just be prepared for anything.
anything and everything.
I'm just gonna
She
show this without spilling it.
Proverbs 3 and 5 through 6. Trust in Yahweh with all thine heart, and lean not unto thine own understanding. In all thy ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct thy paths. Psalm 20 and 7. Because let me tell you, when you go through the trial, bro, and being out of the U.S., I went through I would say the biggest trial of my life. Like at least the period. Now, like losing my little brother, going a month or a couple months after that, that was a trying time. But when it comes being in another country, and for the most part being by myself, and getting hit with this and that, and going from being up here to being at my lowest, and I kind of asked for it. Here's the thing, I kind of asked the Most High before stuff happened to try and test me, to prove me, and I assume that's what happened. At the same time, I also did it to myself, being too greedy, trying to rush the process with the trading stuff, and trying to just trying to do too much and not really being. I could have been more appreciative of my small wins and stuff like that, and thinking more long-term minded. But I was trying to rush the process, so I kind of, and also joining a group I probably shouldn't have joined. Kind of did to myself, but at the same time, had I not went through particular things, I wouldn't have known what I was made of. Now I know, and it caused me. Like on Yom Kippur, I prayed 7 times. I don't think that's the first time I ever prayed 7 times in a day. And my trials kind of caused me to lean on the Most High more than ever. Like I had my moments, I had my moments I cried to him. I was down on my hands and knees. It's like asking why. It was like I felt like Job for a little bit, and I ain't go through nothing that Job did. Job lost everybody. Job lost his kids, all his flocks. He had damn boils on his body and stuff. I ain't gonna compare myself to Job, but I did have like a Job period, and all it really did was cause me to lean on the Most High more than ever, more than myself, and pray and beg Him to give me strength, strengthen me, and you know what? The things that I went through my trials, they taught me to be more appreciative of things that in the U.S. Most people would take for granted. Be more appreciative of people. Be more appreciative of your small wins. Be more comfortable with your lot. Even though even there's nothing wrong with wanting more, working for more. But at the same time, just because you're not where you want to be, that shouldn't put you in a depression. That shouldn't, that shouldn't. You should. I still ain't where I know I should be or where I thought I'd be, but I wouldn't change nothing. Or honestly, I wouldn't change nothing because I'm stronger than I've ever been, mentally, spiritually. The Most High showed me what I was really made of, and it just lets me know that whenever the time comes, when shit hits the fan, if we're ever in a wilderness situation, literally walking through a desert, I have no doubt in my mind. Because what I told the Most High, I said, long as I'm never starving, long as I'm never homeless, long as I got shelter, food, and water, I'm good. Most people don't have that in the world. So I'm good with that. And he's never failed me in that. Never failed me in that. So I know in a situation where if we have to traverse a desert and be purified and tried with the 2/3, I'm coming out that 1/3. I'm coming out that gold. I know if I'm in the desert by myself, if I pray to the Most High, beg the Most High, bow my head down like Abraham, he's gonna say, it might look really bad. I might see nothing around, but there's gonna be something, right? A bird, a bird's gonna come drop some food for me, or I'm gonna find an oasis of water to drink. That's just the level I'm on, bro. That's the level I'm on, and that's the level we all gotta be on. And really, you really don't know what you're made of until you have been put through the lowest period, the biggest trial of your life, and you have no other way to turn but the Most High. You have nobody with you but He that can't be seen. And that's literally, for the most part, the most majority of the time I've been here is by myself, but not by myself. Now I say He surrounds the righteous with His angels, right? They're encamped around. That's how I feel. That's how I walk. I walk
Stuck with me now.
Yeah, right. That's my physical angel. Yeah. So, yeah, if we know how the world's gonna be before the kingdom is set up, y'all gotta put yourself through adversity. If you haven't been through the adversity that has you, that you'll never fear anything but the Most High. You'll never fear any situation. You're gonna be surrounded by 1,000 people coming to kill you, and in my mentality, I see 1,000 people coming at me, bro. Like, this is just how I'm on. This is just, y'all can call me crazy. I'm taking out my shofar. I'm blowing it, and I'm screaming the Most High's name like I screamed before the 100-mile-an-hour crash, where I survived. And I'm going to war. You think I'm gonna run from 1,000 people? You ain't outrunning 1,000. Bro, I'm putting my trust in the Most High, and I'm going to war like Samson. That's just the level I'm on. And we all gotta be on that level. We all gotta be on that level. So if you haven't already been through something like that, you gotta put yourself through adversity. Build yourself now so that if it does come, you're ready. Simple things like taking cold showers for 5 minutes. That builds your discipline. Simple things like fasting, getting used to not eating that needing food that much. Simple, just little things you can do. Exercising to your limit. Getting stronger physically in every way possible. Meditating, praying, building the strength of your mind, being stronger when it comes to not letting things really trigger you so much that you lose your shit. Especially being in another country, you don't want to get locked up in another country if you do come to one. So yeah, you're gonna have to be on your best behavior and be the example. That's what we wear these for. To remind us, we gotta remind ourselves. Well, really, the Torah should be written on our heart. But we gotta be the light to the nations. So we can't be going to other nations and acting a fool. So yeah. Here, Psalm 20:7. Actually, let's do start at 5. We will rejoice in thy salvation, and in the name of our Elohim, we will set up our banners. Yahweh will fulfill all thy petitions. Now I know that Yahweh saveth his anointed. He will hear him from his holy heaven with the saving strength of his right hand. Some trust in chariots, some in horses, but we will remember the name of Yahweh our Elohim. Because I tell you, humans, man, mortals, we only got so much strength. We only got so much, you know. You cannot outpower the Most High. You can't, you can't outwill the Most High. So if it's your time for your trial to be tested, He allowed Job to get tested by Hashatan. That's how I felt like I was. But you know, I call Hashatan a biatch. So that's just how I move.
You
Cause I thought you was laughing. So
I
yeah,
was.
yeah. I don't, bruh. At this point, can't nothing phase me, bro. Can't nothing phase me. That's all I'll say.
I was just thinking about when you read the Bible and that name comes.
What name? Oh yeah, yeah. Oh yeah. Right. Fear Yah, nothing else. Most deaf. Let's go through a few more scriptures to know. What was that? Psalm 37:7. And then I'm just bringing out scriptures for some that might not know these. Maybe they never heard them. We could have Christians in the room. We could have people that don't have as much. You know how Moshe spoke directly with the Most High, but the nation was like, we don't want to hear him. We're gonna die. So like most people don't really. They're not gonna have, you know, that same. They're not gonna be all on the same level of faith or trust. But we gotta work to attain that. We gotta work to attain being on that same level. We should all aspire to have the closeness that Moshe had, that Joseph had, that Isaac had, that Jacob had, that Abraham had, you know? That level of obedience, faith, trust, all that. Daniel, all them. What was it? Psalm 46:10? 46. Be still and know that I am Elohim. I will be exalted among the heathen. I will be exalted in the earth. Psalm 62:8. Actually, let's start at 5. My soul wait thou only upon Elohim, for my expectation is from him. He only is my rock and my salvation. He is my defense, I shall not be moved. In Elohim is my salvation and my glory. The rock of my strength and my refuge is in Elohim. Trust in him at all times, you people. Pour out your heart before him. Elohim is a refuge for us. Salah. All about trust. All about trust. Because you can go, he'll test you. He'll either test you or he'll allow Shaitan to do things to test you. Just to see if you're gonna, you know, stick to what you said. If you're gonna walk how you walked when everything was good, are you gonna keep that same mentality when shit hits the fan, right? Or are you gonna bow down to the idol and do what everybody around you's doing? Are you gonna cleave to the ways of the nations? Are you gonna adopt the practices of people around you. You might have people around you robbing, stealing, killing, and all that, full of darkness. Are you going to remain that light that illuminates all that shit and stands out? So you really don't know. You really don't know somebody until they've been at that place, until they've been tested and tried. And the people around you also, until you've been downcast like that. What it say? Like people hate a poor man. I forgot the scripture. But it's like when you have stuff, everybody's around you. They want to be around you. They want the notoriety. If you're famous, if let me get something. Let me borrow something. Hang with you so you can get in a limo or some stuff like that. Play around. But if you lost it the day before, you could have been a millionaire. Next day, or whatever your investments, maybe you got your crypto robbed from you something. You had million and now you dead broke. Watch how fast and watch how many of them people switch up on you. You're the same person. Well, you might not be the same person because some people, their confidence only comes from their achievements or what they have in the moment. They're only confident when they have the money in their pocket. They're only confident when they have the material things, the Beamer, Benz, Bentley, you know, what, you know that song, Roy Banks. Yeah. But if your confidence is in the Most High, what do you say? Let not the wise brag or boast about their wisdom. Let not the mighty boast about their strength. But let he that boast in this, that he knows me. He has knowledge, Elohim. If you're a full confidence, if you're a full, what's the word I want to use? If you don't need no money, no physical things to be happy, to be confident, if that's just you in any situation, and you'll know when you go through your trial, it's gonna show you can be this person when you're here. But if you change when you're down here, you fake. So that's what I've learned. Your trust, your courage, it all gotta come from the Most High. If you lean on your own, if it's because of your own stuff, you might just break. You might just break. So even Dawid, in all his accomplishments, being literally anointed by the Most High, the how low he felt at some points in some of those songs, and he had to beg the Most High. Who are we to not think that we gotta draw our strength, our energy, our confidence, our wisdom, courage, all that from the Supreme Being that created us, that we wouldn't even breathe if his breath, if his neshama was not in our mouth. Here. I'm gonna go through a few more verses. Yirmiyahu or Jeremiah 17:7. Blessed is the man that trusteth in Yahweh, and whose hope Yahweh's is. For he shall be as a tree planted by the waters, and that spreadeth out her roots by the river, and shall not see when heat cometh. But her leaf shall be green, and shall not be careful in the year of drought, neither shall cease from yielding fruit. That goes back to Psalm 1, where it say, he who has not sat in the council of the wicked, he'll be planted like a tree, by the rivers. And you're not going to be shaken. It all goes back to trust. It all goes back to leaning on the Most High. Job 23:10. But he knoweth the way that I take. When he hath tried me, I shall come forth as gold. Now, if you put through the furnace and you just burn, you're just a piece of paper and you just disintegrate, not melt, you withstand all that heat, all that pressure. We know the old adage, diamonds are formed under pressure. Gold is tried in the furnace. A katana, one of the strongest swords, if not the strongest sword, requires massive amounts of heat and pressure, beating with steel iron. So you want to be sharp. You want to be able to withstand all the adversity. You have to be gold. And it's like you want to make sure you're gold before you get thrown in that fire. You don't want to be a piece of paper thrown in the fire and then you're trying to become gold during that time. I mean, it can, through the power of the Most High, it can happen. Like you can partially burn up, but during that period, you find your strength. You start. You keeping His commandments. You're trusting them, and then that you burnt up a little bit, but you still came out solid. You might have a little burn mark, but you still were proven solid. Let's go. Just a couple more, and then we're gonna get back on the topic. This is Sirach, aka Ecclesiasticus 2, 4 to 6. This translation says, accept whatever happens to you, even if you suffer humiliation, be patient. Gold is tested by fire, and human character tested in the furnace of humiliation or the furnace of affliction. Trust Yahweh and He will help you. Walk straight in His ways and put your hope in Him. Now, some translators say take adversity cheerfully, basically. Or that might be another one actually. Hold up, let me see. Is that Ecclesiastes 7:14? Because some people, they'll hallelujah. They'll, when everything's good, they'll look like the most holy person on earth when everything's good. But then they'll go through trials and they'll turn their back on the Most High. They'll turn, they will become another person. And you think because you serve the Most High, what does it say? My son, if you choose to serve the Most High, prepare thy soul for temptation. It's just inevitable. You're gonna be tested. You have to be tested. Abraham was tested. Everybody was tested in some kind of way. How do you know if you pass? How do you know if you're gonna pass the test if you never take the test? How do you know you're never gonna commit adultery if you never had the chance to commit it? That's the only way you really know. Some people might be as wise to never put themselves in that situation, which is the right thing to do. But if you were put in that situation, would you fold? Would you take another man's wife? Some people don't know until they actually be in that situation. Here. Ecclesiastes 7:14. In the day of prosperity be joyful, but in the day of adversity consider. Elohim have also set the one over against the other, to the end that man shall find nothing after him. So we know ahead of time we're going to be tested. We got to be prepared. And also we got to know when the test is a test, when the trial is a trial, we gotta take advantage of that. We gotta take advantage of that to get stronger. We gotta take advantage of that to prove ourselves. We gotta take advantage of that to get close to the Most High, lean on Him more. We gotta take advantage of that. And you have to build your mind up so much that it doesn't really phase you like that. Like, maybe you'll have some moments, but you can't let a trial destroy your happiness, your joy, and now you're depressed, and then you're depressed, and now you're doing even worse than you was. Now you might start taking drugs or something. You gotta be like, these cookies right here, right? See how they smiling no matter what? Even though they know I'm about to bite them. And I ate, how much did we eat? We ate like 10 of their friends already, right? But they're still smiling. They're still enjoying life. Look at them. And they're going to enjoy themselves up until, they're disintegrating, or until they're fully chewed up in my mouth with my coffee. You got to be like them. Sturdy. No matter how much I shake, they smiling.
You're gonna make them crumble.
They might crumble, but they still gonna smile.
I was wondering why you had cookies on the bed.
Aesthetics.
I thought you were being fat without me.
She said those are my favorite type cookies. They are delicious, yeah. They are delicious.
So good.
Somebody being disrespectful in the chat. Patrick Allen. She's kind of bad, but she looks bored. Patrick Allen might,
It's called being respectful when someone else is speaking.
Yeah, you might not know nothing about that.
Yeah.
You might not know nothing about having a respectful woman that listens when her man speaks.
My condolences.
So, feel sorry for you, sir. Mr. Patrick Allen. Patrick Allen might commit adultery. He might try to commit adultery with my wife. Throwing her bad. I appreciate you appreciating her aesthetics, though.
You could never. You see this?
Right. So, yeah. He said, bro, turn to a zombie. Hold on, let me see. Let me see the chat real quick. Young brother, Elohim is love, even those who can't allow themselves to humble themselves and accept. Well, I'll tell you what the Most High don't love. He don't love wickedness. And if you fall in line with Rashaim, the wicked, it's hard to say the Most High loves you. I'm going to just say that. He loves the humble. He loves the meek. He loves those who seek righteousness, those who seek wisdom. And I can prove that scripturally. So, yeah, I get what you're trying to say. Richie B913, bro, is turning into a zombie. Whatever that means. This dude says, G-Bus Crisp is his, Jesus Crisp is his sustenance, in all caps. Megan saves. Shalom, Gabor Yahweh. Shalom out. Oh, Earth and I. Okay. I don't know how long ago they wrote that, but Shalom aunties. They gotta go to their other live stream they had scheduled. It was at least later this time. They didn't come in this time. Shalom, brother and sister. Jacqueline Israel Green. Shalom. I cooked. Who's this? Religion is Prince of Darkness. Great name. Religion is just stressful. They label things like success, wealth, and enjoying things you enjoy as greed and gluttony. Also, being single is not being selfish. People's minds are brainwashed by lies. Reject religion and you'll be happier. I actually agree with you to an extent, but I'm not religious. I was raised a Christian. I was a Christian up to like 2016, 17. I got into the quote-unquote Black Hebrew Israelite camp mentality. But I'm neither a Christian, I'm neither in Judaism, I'm neither in Islam. I have no religion. What I do I follow the Most High, the creator of the Torah, the Tanakh, the Elohim of Abraham, Ishak, and Yaakov, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and I keep his commandments that we can keep these days and times. You know, to the best of my knowledge, until I learn, you know, just like there's some things we can't do. There's things we can't do outside the land. There's things we can only do in the land. There's things that only Levites can do. There's things only pertaining to women, only to men. Whatever those things are, the main thing, right? The main thing is Ecclesiastes 12:14 or 13. The whole duty of man is to fear the Most High, Yahweh, and keep His commandments. The ones most people know, the 10 Commandments. So ain't nothing wrong with not committing adultery. I'd say that is selfish if you do commit adultery. That's somebody's wife. Get your own wife. Stealing. If you disagree with that, thou shalt not steal, something's wrong with you. You know, everybody can put forth and work together to get something.
You stole my heart.
I stole her heart, but it's mine now. So, yeah. Honoring your mother and father. That should be a given. Not envying your neighbor, because envying your neighbor, you're comparing yourself to somebody, what they have, and now you're jealous, and jealousy can lead, if you envy his wife, jealousy, envy can lead to you committing adultery, breaking up a family, the kids raised without the parent, in a broken home. It could lead to murder. Either you can kill him for his wife, or he can kill you for messing with his wife, or all y'all done. Just, Hey, Joe Triple E3, second coming of Jeebus over here. Are you saying you're Jeebus? Or are you saying I'm Jeebus? I have had somebody say that before. I look like Jeebus, the real Jeebus. I don't know what you're saying, but we don't believe in Jesus Crisp over here. We believe in the Creator only. So, yeah. I get some weirdos in my chat.
Yeah.
I get some weirdos in my chats, bro. But the light just attracts bugs, mosquitoes,
Soul
and
sucker.
darkness, soul sucking, sap suckers. Darkness has no choice but to be consumed by the light. I guess you can't help. I guess I can't help that darkness is somewhere. Shadows are somewhere around me, because there's bound to be shadows where light is, right? Nah, you good, bro. Religion is stressful. Religion is just like the etymology of religion. It's just controlling people's minds. Religion, those books like the New Testament, Quran, every religion, they're all man-made. They're all man-made, and none of them follow the commandments of the Most High that He put in His Tanakh and His Torah, or that He spoke through prophets. So I completely understand what you're saying. Success is not bad. Wealth is not bad. Enjoying them is not bad. But there has to be a balance. If you have wealth, do good with your wealth. Don't be able to have $1 billion and you give $100 to charity. Even though most of these charities are crooks. Or some people only give charity to tax write-off. If you have $1 billion, you know what you can do? You can buy up some land. You can own a farm. You can grow crops left and right, and you can feed the poor. That's a righteous act. That's doing something with your money. That's one of my goals. So, There's nothing wrong with being rich. Job was rich. Solomon was rich. Nothing wrong with success or wealth. None of that. They they try to tell you, oh, if you want to follow JC or Christ as they call him, you have to. He told the rich man to give away all his wealth. You kept all the commandments all your life, but give away all your money and follow me. Like, that's craziness. The Most High does not want you to be poor. The Creator did not create us to struggle, but we'll go through things to build our character, to test us, to strengthen us. You can't build muscle without resistance. You can't, you know, you have to go through adversity, even if it's controlled adversity, to strengthen yourself. Going like putting yourself through a boot camp or something like that. So yeah, nothing wrong with that, bro. Hey, yeah, let's do the Z's, all Z's. Look at your that forehead glowing. Hey,
You said that last time when we watched the replay
I see what's
of
going
our
on.
last one. No, you said it. Oh no, you said
I
it.
was like,
there.
and I was
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
damn, that forehead big. I got a big forehead, bro. I know. I got that Ethiopian forehead.
Taking up all that sunlight.
But I did find out on my mom's side, my grandfather on my mom's side, they have Ethiopian in my bloodline on there over that side. So that's where my forehead comes from, I guess. But also, she says I just got a big brain. So I mean,
A lot of wisdom.
yeah. It could be the castor oil too. Where's it at?
It's over
It could be the castor oil.
there. No, that curtain keeps opening.
Alright. Let me see though.
And it's like shining right off your dome.
Alright, let's keep going though. Let's get back on track. It's for the ones that still watching, for the ones that will watch after the live. Let's go to Zechariah 13 and 9. Oh no, that was another thing I wanted to go through. Ecclesiastes 12:13, fear the Most High and keep His commandments. What does He require of us? Micah 6:6-8. Go to that first. Remember Proverbs 21:3. Righteousness, acts of righteousness and justice are better than a sacrifice. So there's people saying they have the blood of JC on them, and he's their sacrifice. But you're not doing any righteous works, or keeping the commandments ain't gonna save you. We're not even gonna get into that whole spiel because that's easily disproven. If you're, you know, if you don't think you should do good things, good works, love your neighbor as yourself, give to the poor, do good for people, treat people as you would want to be treated, and seek peace with people unless they try to take your peace or harm you, then you can put your hands on them. Don't turn your other cheek. Somebody tries to murder you or your family, if you turn the other cheek, you're a coward. You're special. I'll say that. You're special. Micah 6:6-8. Wherewith shall I come before Yahweh? Now that capital Lord in the Bibles, if you read it in Hebrew, it is the Tetragrammaton YHWH. Some say Yahweh, shorten Yah. I say Yahweh, that's the name I called to save my life in the 100-mile-an-hour crash, so that's what I say. Shall I come before Yahweh and bow myself before the Most High Elohim? Shall I come before Him with burnt offerings, with calves of a year old? Will Yahweh be pleased with thousands of rams or 10,000s of rivers of oil? Shall I give my firstborn for my transgression, the fruit of my body for the sin of my soul? He has showed thee, O man, what is good, and what does Yahweh require of thee, but to do justly, and to love mercy, and to walk humbly with your Elohim, or God. He tells you what He requires. Humility. Like Ecclesiastes 3 say, there's a time for everything. You gotta be balanced. You gotta seek righteousness, justice, mercy. Acts of Zedekiah. Kesed. So, religion don't teach you that. They teach you just believe in somebody died for you, and you'll be saved, and that's it. Not, and they speak against the commandments that create. Imagine speaking against He who created you, that told you what to do, that gave you the blueprint of life, and saying, "No, I'm not going to do that. This person says this. I'm going to listen to this person over here, not the one that created you, that gave you the blueprint, that said not to commit adultery, not to steal, not to murder, not to lie, not to bear false witness against your neighbor, not to be a talebearer, not to slander, spread gossip, not to act, and which is very effeminate if you're a man doing that, not to be jealous, to do good, to treat others with respect, as much as, some people don't really deserve respect. If they're a murderer, a child, a PDF file, we don't respect that over here. They deserve what they got coming to them. The law says someone that murders, if you murder somebody, now killing is different. If you kill out of self-defense, that's another thing. But murder, he who sheds innocent blood, your punishment is your blood to be shed. That's just weights and balances. That's what they call karma. What you put out is gonna come back to you. That's just how it's supposed to go. How else are you gonna learn if you don't get judgment or some kind of chastisement for your wrongs, for your mistakes, and everybody's running around doing what they want to do? The world's already crazy as it is. Hey, she said, Auntie Earth said, that's your consciousness being illuminated, shining like that. Beautiful Israelite love. Yay. Sky Zone. I know my question is weird. Oh, my feed froze. Am I still playing? Am I still on there? Oh. How's it going? I know my question is weird, but tomorrow is the first time I go out alone, and I'm taking a taxi to go watch a movie at the mall, and I'm anxious. Can you cheer me up a bit? No one knows I'm doing it. Christmas break tomorrow. I go out alone. I'm taking it. So you must have social anxiety. Yeah, you might have social anxiety, which at one point I did have that, but more so my younger years. I don't expect you to answer this, but if you engage in the practice of watching pornography and releasing your seed, especially constantly, from personal experience, what I say, that will eliminate your social anxiety. It will be a big boost and foundation. If you do watch porn, cut it out your life. Retain your seed for, start retaining your seed. Don't, fondle yourself. And I'm being completely serious. I had the first episode of WooL Talk was actually about that. So if you have social anxiety, that will help you maintain your energy, masculinity. Because it can lower your testosterone levels. So if your testosterone levels are low, you're not going to be as confident as you can be. So you got to start there. I say start there if that's an issue.
It is a guy, right?
I don't know. If you're not, if you're a female, I said that was my disclaimer. If you're a female and you have social anxiety, I don't know. Did you ever have that?
Not really. I always, since I was a kid, enjoyed doing things by myself. And then as an adult, I never waited around for friends or somebody to go out and do stuff with. Like I would go out to eat by myself. I would drive.
So yeah, so when I say gender neutral, so if you have social anxiety, you have to put yourself in situations, which is a big step. You said you're going alone, so I assume that's a big step for you. So, you know,
There's a movies,
mm,
movie theater.
mm.
So I mean, nobody's gonna really be paying attention to you.
But even
at
if
a
they
movie
were,
theater.
even if they were, just do little things, one brick at a time. If you social situations make you nervous, do things that make you nervous. That's what I say. A little at a time. If you're nervous to speak in front of people or speak like if you're nervous to speak in front of a group of people, go talk to a stranger. You never just talk to a stranger, one person instead of a whole group, and putting yourself in the fire just like that. Go talk to a stranger. Just strike up a conversation. Do it to another one the next day, or just like every couple days, do something. You really gotta confront your fears. That's really what you gotta do. Like if you're scared to fight somebody, go join a dojo. Go join a boxing gym or Muay Thai gym. You'll get used to, getting swung at. You'll get used to being hit. You'll get used to, putting combinations together. So when you're scared of fighting, but now you're so used to practicing the act of fighting, it's in a controlled environment, but you'll get into a real fight one day and you'll be ready. You won't be scared no more. So just keep doing things that might frighten you. Just they're not gonna kill you. You know how they say, but did you die though? But did you die? No. Pray to the Most High to give you strength and courage. There's really there's really nothing to fear. You know, it could be a I don't know what your diet's like either, but sometimes things that you eat in your diet, sometimes your diet can cause anxieties, lower your aura, your energy. So Leviticus 11 diet. Start eating clean. Stop eating if you do. Stop eating processed food, all the candies, stuff like that. Get sunlight. Sunlight can increase if you're depressed. Vitamin D. Sunlight will boost your mood. Take things like adaptogenic mushrooms, reishi, chaga, um, ashwagandha, stuff like that, and just keep join a gym, where there's a bunch of strangers all the time. Go work out and go running. Just talk to people. If yeah,
I mean, I definitely get where they're coming from because I don't even like going to the store. Um, I don't like going to public gyms. I'd rather just go to like a home gym by myself. So I mean, I get it. I just don't like being around people, especially when you're a person that like is sensitive to outside energy. You just feel other people's energies. Like I don't want to be around any negative energy. So I definitely get
yeah.
where they're coming
We're
from.
both INFJ, so I think that's one of them things. Like that used to be a big thing for me.
Solitude.
I still like my solitude. I prefer my solitude, though I know my mission and my calling is to not be in solitude. But I still need my solitude to recharge.
Everybody
and, stuff
does
like that.
to an extent.
They should. You should have a quiet space, especially in nature, and do your meditations and prayers, like Isaac did in the field. So everybody, should do that. But yeah, especially when I was younger, I used to hate going out in public places. I used to, cause I just wasn't used. I don't know if I knew.
Messed up somewhere.
So yeah, I used to just people's energies would just I just feel everything. Like I could still in these days going strong. I'm stronger now. I'm usually not to sound like boastful or anything, but usually when I step in the room somewhere, I'm like the dominating energy, so to speak. Like I don't know, like people start looking at me and stuff. And I don't. Other people's energies don't affect me like they used to. I can still feel them. I can feel before somebody feels some type of way or they verbalize it. I can feel something's off. I can feel somebody's angry. And sometimes, especially back then, the anger that I felt from them, I'd feel it, and I'd have to control not getting angry, type stuff. Like I would absorb. It was a lot easier to absorb other people's emotions. Now it's a lot easier to dispel that. Like I know it's coming from this person, and I can pinpoint it a lot of times. Like it's weird, but now I know how to navigate it and how to dissipate certain energies and stuff. Yeah, so it's not a big deal like it used to be.
And that's why solitude is so important, because when you spend time by yourself, you really get to know yourself. Like when you're around people all the time, you don't even know if that energy is coming from yourself. Like you might be in a weird mood. You don't know if it's actually you or the people that you're around.
Oh, Sister Soul. I assume she called you Sister Soul because I'm clearly a man. If you know a sister with this deeper voice, that might be a brother. That might be an Akim. So she said I have 2 free tickets and I have yet to go for the same reason. Sister Soul is saying. Yeah. I assume your Sister Soul.
Okay.
Your soul sister.
So, they have 2 tickets for the theater.
Hey, why don't y'all? I don't know if y'all stayed in the same area, Sky Zone and Jacqueline Israel Green. If y'all both nervous, you got 2 tickets.
Oh, so this is 2 different people.
Yeah.
Okay.
Go to the movie together. You know?
Never know. Might build
a
really unexpected
friendship,
connection, bond,
yeah,
something.
So take that as your test, really. Take that as your test. That's your fire in this moment, is getting over your anxiety, social anxiety, whatever it may be, nervousness. I don't know if you deal with which a lot of times stems from lack of confidence. So just do things to build your confidence. There's really no reason to not be confident in yourself. Just, own who you are. If there's things you have to work on, because, you're never a finished product, always work on bettering yourself, eating better, exercising, getting in the sunlight, getting closer to the Most High, staying in them scriptures. Go through the Psalms and Proverbs. They'll give you game on, your mentality. Just do things to build your mind and body and your soul, your spirit, and they go in hand, because if you have the foods you eat can affect your mentality. Likewise, if you have negative thoughts, they can affect your body. You can think yourself to be sick. Like the placebo effect. People, this group taking pills, this group didn't take the pill. They thought they did, but they had similar or better benefits, or they healed better than the group that actually took the pill. A lot of times it's all in your mind.
I was about to say that.
Your mind is where your soul resides. You have more control than you think. You really have more control than you think. And
touch grass.
Touch grass with your toes.
Take a walk on the beach.
For real. A lot of times that's all you need. Just go out, just go have fun, go do things. Above all, serve the Creator. Make sure everything you do is in line with His commandments. But don't be afraid to live life. Go live life. Go have fun. Go do things. You might meet somebody. You might make a friend. You'll never know if you don't, put yourself out there. So, yeah. Sure. I called her Sister Soul because you're Brother Soul. Okay. I was saying about people's energy and it bothered them. Yeah. They're all saying, if you think I'm a female, oh man, I gotta do some more push-ups. Shalom, shalom, Joshua the Levite. Shalom, Ma'am. Shalom, shalom. So yeah, we got way off, kind of way off base.
I mean, But having that
It's
type
a-
of, it's a
yeah.
good thing
Yeah.
to bring up because having that type of mentality can help you overcome
You're right.
your tests and your obstacles.
True. Yeah, that will help. You have to be. You want to obtain the utmost confidence in yourself, above yourself, the most. You also, you gotta be humble, but you also gotta be confident. It's a beautiful dance and balance because if you're too confident, now you're arrogant. If you're too humble, now you're weak. Now you're letting people step over. Now you're afraid to defend yourself or defend others and commit justice. If somebody needs help, if you need to fight for somebody, defend somebody. So nothing wrong with that. So having high confidence in yourself, higher confidence in the Most High trust, will help you through all your trials that you may go through, that and the nation will go through when shit hits the fan. You're gonna want to be as elevated as possible. You're gonna want to be as elevated as physically as possible to walk through a wilderness if need be, to withstand hot temperatures, to maybe not have food for a day because you're used to fasted before, so you know what it's like to not have food. You put yourself through the adversity of not having food, so you made yourself strong in that aspect. You fasted from water before, so you're not gonna be like people. Oh, Brother Soul said to come here, but we want to go back. You brought us here to die. Like they say to Moshe in Egypt when they left Egypt. We want to go back to Egypt. Why'd you bring us in the wilderness? They were in a slave mentality. They had confidence in themselves. They didn't even know the Most High like that. They definitely didn't. If you did, what you talking about, bro? What are you talking about?
And then
Like,
what happened?
here's your water. He told you what he's doing. He told you where he's leading you. You seen his hand work. You seen Moshe do miracles through the power of the Most High. You know this man is chosen by the Most High. You seen a whole ocean split or sea. Walked through it yourself. You seen your oppressors die. And you think he did that for you to just die. If you think that, you might not be walking you might not be doing what you should be doing. If that's how you think. You're not not being content with the portion he gave you when he gave them the manna to eat. He sustained them, and then they complain about the manna. They want quail. Provides me shelter, food, and water. I'm not complaining. Even though I might have to move this way, that way, this B&B, drag all my stuff back and forth every month or two, I'm not gonna complain, bro. Cause it could be a lot worse. You could have it a lot worse. You better appreciate what you got. You better, take advantage of what you got. Do good with what you have. Be wise. Don't waste your money on stupid things. Invest. Try side hustle, especially if you want to move overseas. Invest and try to have a remote job, something you can do.
Learn trading.
Hmm?
It's not easy though.
Because, yeah, you can learn trading. I can teach you how to trade. I have a